Steve Parke. Steve has been in the bicycle industry for 30 years. His first bicycle industry job was working as a mechanic in a bicycle store in Eugene, Oregon. Steve has also worked for Trek Bicycles and Bridgestone Bicycles and was Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Scott Bikes USA within the Scott Sports Group. Prior to joining Ritchie Design, Steve was general manager of a 6-store bicycle chain in Portland, Oregon, which had 135 employees and over $8 million in sales. Steve joined Ritchie Design in 1998 and is presently general manager, responsible for sales, marketing, and logistics within North America. Steve has worked at all levels of the bicycle industry. His visibility on the supply chain allows him to consider all levels of information needed in businesses.
Ritchie Design is a U.S.-based version of 3 different Ritchie companies around the world, and we are the second largest market that we serve. We make high-end bicycle parts, and we do design, marketing, distribution, and sales, and we tend to look at outsourcing for other functions within the company. Previously, Ritchie had been using a trading company in Asia, and we found that our information flow was very uncertain. And Box Solutions was able to give us an alternative to having our information at quick disposal, as well as bring us high quality, how would I describe it? Access to our goods and our vendors, and we had never had that before, so it was very appealing to understand what the vendor needed and have the quality control be handled in Taiwan and then have the goods arrive on time. We wanted to take very close control of our shipment of goods and working with our vendors, and Box Solutions was the very best option we had ever seen. It was completely customized to our needs, and so it was very, very attractive. What Box Solutions did was took all of the extra time wasted out of the supply chain, and that was a big deal for us. We sell into every major market around the United States and Europe and Asia and Australia and New Zealand, and understanding what those markets wanted in a very real-time basis was very important to us. And Box was able to bring all of those markets together in a central database and give us visibility about what our customers wanted and when they wanted it. And that let us reach out to those customers on a global basis and change our sales program and our service for each market as we needed to. We weren't able to do that before we had Box Solutions with us. With Box Solutions, we're able to, in a 3 to 5 day period, accept a PO from a customer and process it within our business unit, send it over to our Asian office, which forwards it to the Asian vendor, and they confirm that they can make the product and come back to us and put a date in that they'll be able to deliver. And that 3 to 5 day process is pretty darn quick compared to what used to take us 3 to 4 weeks with our old system. With Box Solutions, we were able to take our process of receiving an order and getting it confirmed by the vendor in a 3 to 5 day period, which we consider to be a huge benefit and a big change over the 3 to 4 week period we used to work with before in our old system. So they help really revolutionize our process of taking business in and servicing our customers. We saw at least a 10 to 15% margin increase once Box Solutions took over because we had an understanding of the true cost with the vendor, as well as all of our processing costs in Asia. And before, that was somewhat mysterious to us. So that information now is readily available to us and completely open, and we don't have to guess and wonder exactly what the cost is of the goods. So we're able to track our margin more accurately and adjust our pricing decisions as a result of knowing our true costs. What we often found was the American Ritchie market and the European Ritchie market were ordering the same thing and having too much of it. And so now what we're able to do is compare notes on their demand and our demand, and sometimes we'll place the majority of those goods in Taiwan, and then we'll both pick from them. So that centralized warehousing from the source, which is for us Taiwan, is a far more efficient way to service the amount of inventory we need in each market rather than having each market make a guess and then wonder if they got it right. So that's made a big difference. Also, having the goods come over and they're correct and not a problem once they're on this side of the water is a big deal for anybody who imports goods from an Asian vendor. The Box Solutions has a quality control process that is my favorite. It's really the heart of the system for me. We have over 200 vendors in Taiwan, and they're sometimes slip on quality control like any vendor does. So Box is able to capture that problem in Taiwan with a strict list of quality control audits. And then when they send it over to me, I'm able to receive it in a timely manner. And I'm often taking short shipments at the end of each month in order to make my sales cycle. And when those goods arrive, they're ready to go. I don't have to put them in quarantine because they're incorrect. And so I'm able to increase my turns on inventory and make those end-of-month numbers, which is a big benefit to me on the sales side. Box Solutions has a quality control program which is the heart of the system for me, and this allows us to make sure that the goods that come over are accurate and timely, and I take a lot of benefit out of that system. Since Box Solutions introduced Isaac, what we have found is that everybody in the company has a much greater understanding of the technical merits of our product. Salespeople have a tendency sometimes to misremember information, and this gives them a ready source to always go and check. Secondly, the salespeople are very invested in giving much better customer service because they are able to put orders in for their customers and retrieve that information for their customers on a moment's notice, and that gives us a much better servicing confidence level with our customers, and they've indicated they're much happier with us as a result of that. So I would say just a centralized database of information and then the servicing aspect from a sales perspective and a customer happiness, confidence factor has been just a big bonus for us with the Isaac. The biggest difference Box Solutions provided our salespeople is their ability to be empowered and serve our customers in a very quick time basis. They're able to retrieve information off of the system and forward it onto our customers in a matter of minutes. That used to take us weeks. And what's happened is our customers then have a greater sense of confidence about our ability to deliver what we said we would do, and they have full visibility to the information. And what this has done is just created the whole system just to be a lot more accurate and timely, and our customers love it. I would say our biggest problem at Ritchie Asia was that we didn't have very reliable information about when the vendor would supply or if the vendor was having a problem supplying. So at the end of the cycle of goods to be ready, we would find out, oh, we're not going to make it, there's a delay. And everybody experiences delays in business. What I can now learn that I didn't have before is Box Solutions has provided me information about when the delay is going to happen 6 to 8 weeks sooner. So I can make adjustments in how I might solve that problem for that customer and call them up and let them know I have an issue and how would they like to solve it. So we're partnering better with our customers when we have problems. And that has been a big deal compared to how we did it before. We had to let them know at the end that they weren't going to get their goods, and we'd waited 90 days before we could even tell them. So, Box Solutions has helped raise what I call our ability to keep our promises. And that ratio has gone up from in the 75% range to around 97–98% range. And that's very high in the business of shipping goods to somebody on a real-time basis and as promised. So they help our salespeople keep our promises, and that builds trust and confidence in the system.